Hello, everyone. Today, we're exploring Genesis 32, a chapter that shows how God transforms us through our struggles. It's the story of Jacob's fear, his prayer for deliverance, and his life changing encounter with God. Let's dive in. As Jacob continues his journey to Canaan, he learns that his brother Esau is coming to meet him with 400 men. Jacob is terrified, remembering how he stole Esau's blessing years ago. He divides his family and flocks into two groups, thinking, if Esau comes and attacks one group, the other may escape. Jacob also sends messengers ahead with gifts of livestock to appease Esau, hoping to win his favor. This moment shows Jacob's fear and his reliance on his own strategies to protect himself. In his fear, Jacob turns to God in prayer. He reminds God of his promises, saying, "You said, I will surely make you prosper and will make your descendants like the sand of the sea." Jacob humbly acknowledges his unworthiness and asks for deliverance from Esau's wrath. This prayer marks a turning point for Jacob, as he begins to rely on God rather than his own cunning. It's a powerful reminder that prayer is our greatest weapon in times of fear and uncertainty. That night, Jacob sends his family and possessions across the Jabbok River, but he stays behind alone. A man comes and wrestles with him until daybreak. When the man sees that he cannot overpower Jacob, he touches his hip and dislocates it. Still, Jacob refuses to let go, saying, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." The man asks Jacob's name and then changes it to Israel, which means he struggles with God, saying, "You have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome." This encounter transforms Jacob, both physically and spiritually, as he learns to rely on God's strength rather than his own. After the wrestling match, Jacob names the place Peniel, which means face of God, saying, "It is because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." As the sun rises, Jacob limps away, marked by his encounter with God. This moment symbolizes his transformation from a self-reliant schemer to a man who depends on God's blessing and guidance. So, what can we learn from Genesis 32? First, God meets us in our struggles and transforms us through them. Second, prayer is our greatest weapon in times of fear. Finally, this chapter reminds us that true strength comes from relying on God, not ourselves. Let's trust Him to guide us through our battles and transform us into who He wants us to be. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next story.